Hi students, today's lesson involving multiplication will require us to use the skills that we have learned previously into real life problems. Okay, so do turn to page 96 as a reference when we are going through this lesson. So on this page, you are given, the price of the various items is $8.40 per kilo, 16.40 per kilo, 5.50 per kilo, 2.40 per kilo, and 2.50 per kilo for the respective items given here. Okay, so for example, part A, Tom actually bought 3 kg of steak and 2 kg of chicken. So 3 kg of steak, each kg costs 8.40. Chicken, 2 kg, each kg costs 16.40. So you have to work it out. So today's lesson will involve decimal. So for those people who can't remember this, do pay attention. Okay, so for this case, we just treat it as 8.4 rather than 8.40 because the 0 is redundant when you multiply a number. So that's why you always just use the decimal. So 8.4 times 3. So still things, still do the same practice. Okay, just ignore the decimal. I'll tell you what to do with the decimal at the last part of each working. So 4 times 3 is 12. Bring 1 across. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So once we get the answer, we got to determine where to put the decimal. Okay, so this is how you determine the number of decimal places to move. Since there's only one digit that is behind the decimal place for this working, see, there's only one. So therefore, we only move the decimal place back 1. So the answer is 25.2. Okay, there will be more examples later on. Just bear that in mind, okay? So next thing, to find the chicken is 16.4 times 2. So same thing, 4 times 2 is 8, 6 times 2 is 12, 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So again, there is only one digit that is behind the decimal place for this case. Therefore, you only move one decimal back. That's how you get 32.8. So once I get these two answers, because I'm looking at how much did Tom pay, so I got to find the total that he paid. I add them together. So always align decimal with the decimal. Remember, okay, this is adding on money. You need to have the 0 behind. Okay, 2 plus 8 plus 2 is 10. So after that, 5, 2, 1 is 8. Then after that, 3 and 2 is 5. So it's actually $58. Okay, it's actually $58. So you put 58 as the answer. Okay, I'm going to go through C with you because C is a little bit complex because you have a 1.75 is quite complicated, and then 1.5 here. So let's go through C. So you bought 1.75 kg of chicken and 1.5 kg of oranges. So let's deal with the one that's more difficult, 1.75 times 16.4. So, okay, just ignore the decimal again, just treat it as a 3-digit times a 3-digit number. So 5 times 4 is 20, 7 times 4 is 28, 28 plus 2 is 30, 1 times 4 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. So move to the next one, multiply the tens, 0, 5 times 6 is 30, 7 times 6 is 42, 42 plus 3 is 45, 1 times 6 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. So we go to the hundreds, so we put 2 zeros, 5 times 1 is 5, 7 times 1 is 7, 1 times 1 is 1. So we add up all the numbers now, 0, 0, 0 is 0, 0, 0, 0 is 0, 7, 5, 5 is 17, and then 0 and 7 plus that 1 is 8, 1 plus 1 is 2. So now to decide how many decimal places I have to move back. So now look at the presentation. There are 1, 2, 3 of them. See, there are 3 digits that are behind the decimal place in the working. So therefore, I need to move the decimal place back 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then the answer is 28.7. Okay. So what about next one? So 2.5 times 1.5. Same thing, 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. Then after that, move 0 again. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. So add up all the numbers again. Okay, to determine again the decimal places, there are two of them. There are two digits that are behind the decimal place. Therefore, I need to move the decimal back 2 times. Okay, that's how I get 3.75. So to get the total cost Albony spent, we'll be adding the two numbers up. 5 is 14. Then after that, I have 12, 32, 45. So therefore, Albony actually spent $32.45. Okay, so you will need to help yourself with the rest of the question. Okay, for those people who are really struggling, I will allow you to use a calculator. Understand? But minimally try to do the 2-digit times 2-digit numbers. Okay. Okay, next thing. Oh, this one requires us to use guess and check method. So why don't you pause the video and try this on your own, because I've given you 3 possible answers here. So pause the video, give it a try to get the 3 of them. Then after that, you can play the video to check whether your answers are the same as mine, but you can have a different answer. So long as it's logical, you add them together, you get the same amount given below here. Okay, so these are the possibilities. Okay, good. So the last part of the question, now we're talking about Jasmine, here she had a budget of $89. So she bought 6 kg of steak and 2 kg of chicken and 4 kg of oranges. So how much would she have overspent her budget? So you got to find out how much did she really spend based on these 3 items. You have to work it out. Okay, guys, you have to work it out on your own. Then from there, you find the total amount she spent, and then after that, compare with $89. How much did she actually overspend? Okay. So for part B, Angus bought 6 kg of potatoes and 10 kg of steak. He only had $50 cash. So sometimes if we do not have enough cash, we can partially pay with cash and then partially pay with a credit card. So now the question is, how much does he need to pay using his credit card? So again, the trick is to find the total amount that he spent on these 2 items. Then after that, you minus away $50. That's the amount of money that he needs to charge on his credit card, isn't it? Okay, that's easy. Great. Okay, so complete this exercise today. It's only single period. I won't be able to see you today. Okay, so just complete this activity. Any issue during our next double period, we will go through them. Okay, God bless you. Bye bye.